It's the story of a young boy from the bush in Australia who grew up kind of close to where Nicole grew up, actually, played by Ed, who travels to Tokyo to compete in the World Paper Plane Throwing Championships. So it's kind of a fun kids' film. You know, it's kind of an epic journey for Ed's character as he takes on the world.
It was cool to film in Australia, and it was great to not have to do an accent, which is really a big relief. But yeah, it's just good not to have to worry about that. And it was great to work with fellow Australians and, yeah, be close to home.
Believe it or not, 20 years ago, I directed a short film that launched my career that Ed's parents acted in. So when I met him, I knew his parents already. We met in a cafe. We had, I think it was a bowl of pasta, a bit of a chat. It's a massive thing to have a film where the lead is a 12-year-old who's in every single scene. It's got a big emotional scope. It's got a lot of comedy in it too. So I was very lucky to find Ed. You know, I can't even imagine the film without him.
Yeah, it was also really appealing because you just don't see films like that in Australia. And I thought it was so different. It was really mature, and it was more a family film rather than a kids film, which I loved about it.
I just actually signed with an acting agency in Australia, and we were looking for a role that I felt really connected with, and I felt really connected with this, and I thought it was an incredible script. I thought Rob did a great job on that, and it was the perfect role for like one of my first films, and especially being an Australian film and being filmed in Western Australia, where I'm from. Like, a lot of people say, is that house a set that we used? And that's like totally original. Outback Australia, and so I felt really connected. I think Australian film has this really beautiful, unique rawness to it, and I was just so honoured to be casted by Rob and to work with Rob. He's a great director. He's an actor's director. We did a lot of improv on set, and it was just an amazing experience for me.
It came together very quickly. The actor Sam Worthington, who plays Ed's dad, contacted me. He'd heard about the film and that it was about paper planes, and he was fascinated with that. And he sent me an email one day saying, "Hey, I love it. If there's a role for me, you know, I'd love to be in it. I've got this window to shoot in." And we had to move very fast. And I think, though, being a kind of light-hearted, you know, kids film, that speed helped. Wouldn't you say? Like, we were actually able to work fast. It was very playful on set. I mean, it was tough because we were shooting so quickly, but you've kind of got to make a virtue of that.
For me, I think just the heat and the rawness of the Outback was just so intense, but fun. I mean, it really paid off, because when you look back at it, it looks great, to the contrast from that to Tokyo, and it really pays off.
I don't know, the hardest part for me, a mixture of maybe it being the first film and being like, am I doing this right, kind of thing. And then just like leaving as well, because I felt like it was so quick. So creating like a little special bond, and then it just like, you know, being so short of a time. Would have loved to have spent more time on the set.
We had everyone up on stage, all the kids and some of their dads, making paper planes at the end and throwing it around. And we had a great audience. Toronto's been a terrific film festival for me over my career. So, you know, I've had 4 films here, and it's supported and championed my career. So whenever I come back here, I feel kind of at home. So it was wonderful to premiere the film here.